Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This video is basically inspired by a question that we got recently on the A1 Trading Instagram page. We had someone ask about, what to do to improve the entries of our trades so that stop losses get hit less often. And honestly, this question is pretty much the question that everybody wants to know. How do I get into trades at a better time so that I don't get stopped out? And how do I place stop losses so that I don't get stopped so frequently? And in this video, what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about stop losses in general, the pros and cons, and also some tips that I would say about stop losses getting hit frequently and what you can do about it. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so stop losses, we know we should probably have them on our trades, or at least, most strategies I would say could benefit from it. Not all though, some people trade without a stop loss, and that's a whole nother video. There are ways to do it without, losing everything, if you're able to cut losses in some other form or something like that. But today we're going to talk about, people who are using stop losses, which is myself and many traders. How do you reduce the number of times that it's going to get hit? And the short answer, or some things that we can think about, is let's say that we take a trade. Let's say that we enter into, a long trade here, and we have a level that we really like, and we decide, okay, I'd like to enter on a long trade here, right? Very, very simple, straightforward entry that a lot of traders are in love with, myself included. I love that break and retest, right? So you had resistance here, price breaks through that level and is starting to come back down to that same point. You say, okay, I'd like to take a long trade. So what do? You jump in here and you say, okay, I'm buying this market. There's my buy trade. And now a lot of people get frustrated when they'll do something like this. They feel like they got a reasonable entry, the technicals lined up, and then the market does something like this. Bam, bam. Has this ever happened to you? And if you said no, then you're lying.
Liar.
Because it happens to all of us, and it's really frustrating. And there's some very, very irritating components to this. Sometimes you'll hear people say things like, hey, you know what, trade like a robot, ignore your emotions. But at the end of the day, I don't know about you, but I'm not a robot, and I can't turn off my human nature, right? It's kind of impossible completely. What I can do though is I can think about ways to combat this. Let's say that, for example, that your stop loss was here. The next time, the problem is what a lot of traders do is they say, okay, well, I got stopped out last time, so maybe let me just put a way bigger stop loss. And then things come back around the next time, and what do? You already know what they do, right? You enter that buy trade and it goes like this. All the way down here, all the way back up here, right? I'm kind of joking. That's kind of an extreme case, but hey, sometimes it happens. So it's very, very frustrating when this happens. And how can we stop this? I wish I had an easy answer for you. I wish I could tell you, oh, all you got to do is you got to use 30 pips of a stop loss and it's going to be easy from there. No, it's not that easy. What I'm actually going to encourage you to think about is, instead of trying to avoid every stop loss and to say, oh, well, I just want to put my stop loss in a place that I never get hit. Remember what the point of a stop loss actually is. A stop loss stops us from taking a bigger loss in theory, right? Sometimes, again, it can whiplash and kind of make you feel like a fool, but the idea here is for a reason. We put this stop loss, in the broker orders, right? Fully aware that there is a distinct possibility that price could do something like this. And a lot of traders will focus on the scenario number one, where it does something like this. But sometimes remember that if we just look at our stop loss and we say, hey, well, every time I put a stop loss, it does this. Well, not actually, right? In all actuality, sometimes we put a stop loss on our trade and we're very thankful that we put a stop loss in our trade because the market does this, right? In this case, you'd be praising your stop loss. So a lot of times what I like to think of it is stop treating your stop loss like it's your enemy and start treating it like it's your insurance company, right? Your stop loss is there for this scenario. Sure, this scenario is going to happen. And what I would like to tell you here, unfortunately, is that this right here, scenario number one, It happens to everyone, no matter how good they think they are at trading. It happens to me after 6 years of doing this. It happens to every trader you watch on YouTube, whether they show it to you or not. But it happens, and I have videos that have gone up like this, and they're pretty embarrassing, right? People will be in the comments like, Nick, you shoulda, coulda, woulda, put your stop loss down here or whatever, right? I get those comments. Don't worry, you're not alone. Like, you have it in your own head. I have it from the comment section and my own head. Like, it happens to all of us. But the point is, that's using the mentality of, oh, my stop loss is evil. I hate my stop loss. But try thinking of your stop loss as it's a protective insurance piece to your trading for when this scenario happens. So that's step number one, is don't treat your stop loss like an enemy, like an evil creature. It's something there to stop you from taking that one killer loss that blows your account. So that's good. Number two is consider reducing this size so that if you buy a market and you take a stop loss, you're not going to feel so emotionally destroyed. I can tell you, here's a quick tip. If you can't sleep at night because of your trading, your trades are too big. The position sizes are too large. If you sleep comfortably, if you don't think about it, if you are able to walk away and genuinely walk away without staring at your charts and at your phone all the time, your position sizes are probably in a much better place. That's a personal tip that I have learned only through experience, right? That's just something that over time, I know that if I'm going to trade successfully, I need to be able to do this comfortably to a degree, right? Trading is not meant to be incredibly stressful and, every single moment you need to be doing actions. No, I'm here to take one of two scenarios. Either this thing comes out and my timing just was not good, doesn't matter what happens after I get stopped. Ignoring that, I know that I am here for the occasional time that something like this happens and I can catch that great winner. And stop losses are going to get hit. That's the thing. Stop losses are inevitably going to get hit. In theory, what a lot of traders do is they say, well, screw stop loss. Every time I put it on, it gets hit. And so they'll say, hey, look, see, I was able to take a profit because I didn't put a stop loss in their trade. So scenario number one comes around. Scenario number two comes around. They say, oh man, well, maybe I'll just hold. Oh, look, see, I knew it was going to come around. I knew it was going to make me money. And you know where I'm going with this, you guys. You know it's sitting in the back of your mind right now. You know exactly what I'm going to say next. There's that one time where you decide to get cocky with no stop loss. You put on a big size, and what happens? It heads on down to Australia for summer vacation, and it actually never comes back. It loved Australia so much that it took your account with you. That was actually kind of a good one. I'm gonna laugh at that. Okay, but yeah, you see what I'm saying, right? Scenario number three comes along, and bam, out goes the account. It's looking really bad. It's down there with the kangaroos, and things are looking awful. So again, stop treating your stop loss like it's your opponent, like it's your rival. Your stop loss is there to protect you from this scenario number three, right? So again, stop losses are going to get hit. Now, I will say that there are some things that you can do just from a technical analysis standpoint to consider. A couple things that I like to look at when taking my trades in terms of better entries are, I like to make sure that my price action skills / technical analysis are on par. Am I taking levels with multiple levels of confluence, right? Am I looking for levels that, and sorry for my bad typing, I'm writing it with a mouse, so it's not going to be great. Confluence, right? Do we have technical support, resistance? Do we have a fib level? Do we have trend lines, moving averages? All those basic technical analysis things that we all know. That's number one. Number two is, do we have fundamental analysis on our side? Are things flowing one way? Right now, I'm very bullish on the dollar due to the Fed walking towards monetary policy tightening. They're tapering currently or starting the process. They are looking to possibly even discuss raising rates. All those things have the dollar being positive. That's more confluence to my entries. I am more willing to take a buy trade on that because I think it has a better probability of going up due to the fundamental analysis. And the final is sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is basically looking at things like the COT reports. It's looking at retail sentiment, right? I'm gonna write that out. And what I'm gonna do here is at the end of this video, I don't want you to go anywhere because I'm gonna share with you how you can actually get access to all these things completely for free, no strings attached. We have a ton of free resources that you can use. If you made it to the end of the video, then do me a favor, comment down below that you made it to the end. You guys are the real ones. I really appreciate people who make it to the end of my videos because I know that you are serious about this stuff enough to stick around for all my boring rants and my really hilarious jokes. But the point is, at the end of the day, when you combine all these things, trading, in my view, gets a little bit more clear. It gets a little bit more, fluid. And again, this is not even including possibly the most important part, which is risk management, which, we can add on to that. Keeping size small, keeping the position size reasonable, your stop loss in a good spot. All those things can be helped with this concept here, in my opinion. As a technical and fundamental trader, I like to combine everything that I possibly can. What we'll do here is, real quick before you go, if you'd like to learn more about these two things, most of you guys probably know how to get access to technical analysis. We have tons of videos on the channel. If you'd like access to these things, there's some stuff on our website that might be helpful to you, and our email newsletter down below. So down below in the description, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the producer put in some information. So if you'd like to join our newsletter, we'll put that up at the top if you'd like fundamental research, and we'll even link a website page to our website where you can read up on the latest COT data and retail sentiment and dive deep into sentiment analysis. If that would be helpful to you, again, both of those things will be linked down below in the description. I appreciate you guys very much for making it to the end of the video. You guys really are the best. Your comments are amazing. And with that said, I'll see you next time. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching today's video. There are more videos available on our channel here and here, so go ahead and click into that for some more free trading content. With that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you back next time.